Good morning, children. Not present here. I'm Ramya Devi, working as assistant professor in SNS College of Engineering. Today, I'm going to share a small article regarding MongoDB, which is a NoSQL database, and also its challenges and pros and cons of the MongoDB. So here comes the contents of the video. It introduces what is MongoDB and the MongoDB basics, the real-time examples behind it, and visualizing how the MongoDB looks, and then the conclusion. So here, what is MongoDB? So MongoDB is a NoSQL database. So what is NoSQL database? So we have seen till now what is SQL database. So SQL is structured query language database which has a proper structure and schema for this database. So we will store all the data in the form of tables so that the data will be stored in the rows and columns. So whenever you are trying to retrieve any data from the database, we will give an SQL query so that it will retrieve the data in the form of table. But in case of MongoDB, the data will be stored in a form of document. So which is basically MongoDB is called as a document oriented database in which all the data is stored as a document here. And then the data can be structured, unstructured, or semi-structured. So basically the MongoDB is used for storing the unstructured and semi-structured data. So here here instead of tables, we'll be storing the data in the form of collections, and instead of rows and columns or a record, the data will be stored as a document. So here the MongoDB was developed by Tengen in 2007 and officially released in 2009, and it also introduced a NoSQL database, so which differs from the SQL database, and there are a lot of limitations than your traditional database system. Here the MongoDB's key features include which is document oriented storage, and it has a flexible schema design, and it can able to run a dynamic query, and which is horizontally scalable and also support large data sets, so making it adaptable for various applications. So these are the use cases and benefits of a MongoDB. So first, it is scalable and flexible and performance efficiency, and then the application areas. So whenever it comes as scalable and flexible, so what do you mean by scalable? So that the data can be scalable, or the database can be scalable means so it can be widely added. Like it is the scalable method used by the MongoDB is called as sharding. So in which here the database is added to it, so whenever is needed. So here the hardware can be easily accessed easily added to the database, and then it is very flexible because it can able to store both the structured and unstructured data, so that it can also be used in the data will be stored in the form of JSON format, and then so it will not have any it will not have any standard schema because it is schema less. So whenever you are storing the data, so each data will have a flexible fields, so the fields will not be fixed like SQL database. And also it is more performance, so the performance is very high in terms of MongoDB because it can able to parse the document very fast rather than a traditional database. And this is the data model which is behind your MongoDB. Here documents and collections are used instead of tables and rows and columns, and also it will store the data in the form of JSON. And then the fields and data types will be stored in the form of JSON here, and then whenever we are trying to access this database, so it will be easily available for the it will be easily available for the users, and then also it can able to store both the structured and semi-structured data, so the social media information, and then the other type of so here the applications like which need not use any structured form of data, so here that application data can be used this MongoDB. Like for example, like banking or financial services needs a proper structure and proper proper security for a database. For that kind of application, here the NoSQL database cannot be used. Like for example, if you are using like our Facebook or like other social media applications, so we have large number of data, so which is stored in the form of document, and also it is unstructured. For that kind of application, this MongoDB can be used. Thank you.